Hello, I'm going to give you something else to argue about today. One of the most important things in our lives, housing. Now, as far as human beings have been, human beings, we've built housing to live in, to give us shelter from the elements and danger of the creatures, of the animals, of the human beings that might want to harm us. That's the purpose of housing, period. People say, Tim, you try to make things too simple, but it really is. Whether housing could be used as profit, like for landlords or kings and queens or oligarchs or who, that's all secondary. Some of it is tertiary. The main purpose of housing is for us to live in. That's what you build it for. Even if you live under a tree and you try to put some rocks or some plant, you're building it to shelter yourself. And having housing that sits empty when people are on the street is insane. I remember when I was sleeping on the J train and I would ride, it's an elevated train in New York City, and you ride by buildings, 3-story, 4-story buildings sometimes. And I would see these for rent signs, for rent, riding for rent, for rent, for rent. And I'm like, I'm on the street sleeping. There's a person sleeping down there. There's a person sleeping over there with all this stuff. And I'm like, we're sleeping on the train and all these for rent signs. And I always knew this society was mad, but I'm like, yeah, this society is very insane. 21st century. I'm talking about like 2, 3 years ago. And I still look at it that way because I see people sleeping on the street. And sometimes I still take that train or different elevated trains. Sometimes I walk by places and I see for rent, right? I walk by building complexes and there's empty apartments. So I know that we build housing to live in, period. Um, Now, figuring out what that means, that's a whole other argument. Sure, we can have it, but the purpose of housing is for people to live. You argue about that because I know you all love to argue. See you later. Be safe.